Have you ever felt like you're playing a different game than everyone else, and not better, not worse, just different? While others follow the usual social playbook, you find yourself operating on a completely different wavelength. Welcome to the Sigma experience. These aren't your typical outsider struggles or introvert problems. They're the unique challenges that come with walking a path few others understand or choose to take. Dr. Michael Brooks, a social psychologist, notes that some individuals naturally develop patterns of thinking and behavior that don't align with conventional social hierarchies. They face unique challenges not because they're antisocial, but because they process the world differently. These aren't complaints or calls for sympathy. They're observations about a specific way of moving through the world, one that comes with its own set of interesting complications. Whether you're a Sigma yourself or just curious about how they think, understanding these challenges offers an eye-opening glimpse into a different way of experiencing life. Let's explore 7 problems Sigma males regularly face, not because they're trying to be different, but because they are different. And who knows, maybe you'll recognize some of these situations from your own life. 1. Being resented for their independence. Did you know that most people spend up to 80% of their decisions seeking others' approval? For Sigma males, this common behavior feels alien. They're naturally independent thinkers who trust their own judgment above the crowd's opinion. Surprisingly, this self-reliance often makes others deeply uncomfortable. If you're a Sigma, you know what it's like to be resented for your independence. Think about the last time you made a major life decision. While others were polling their friends, family, and even social media followers, you quietly weighed your options and chose your path. No committees, no group chats, no seeking validation. Just you and your carefully considered choice. Dr. Sarah Reynolds, who studies social behavior, explains that humans are naturally wired for social conformity. When a Sigma male demonstrates true independence, it triggers what we call autonomy anxiety in others, a discomfort with those who don't need group validation. This independence shows up everywhere in a Sigma's life. He'll take that job across the country if it aligns with his goals, regardless of others' opinions. He'll end relationships that don't serve his growth, even when everyone tells him to make it work. He stays focused on his path while others get lost in group politics. The pushback comes in subtle forms. People start labeling him as weird or antisocial. They try to create dependencies where none exist. Some even attempt to shake his confidence, suggesting that his self-reliance is actually a weakness. What's interesting is how this resentment often comes from those closest to him. Friends who once admired his independence start seeing it as a threat to their influence. Family members who should celebrate his self-sufficiency instead try to fix him. But here's what they don't understand. A Sigma male's independence isn't about rejecting others. It's about being complete on his own. It's not a wall he's built. It's who he is. 2. Small talk feels pointless and draining. Every morning, the same neighbor waves from their driveway with the same comment about the weather. The office hallways buzz with identical conversations about weekend plans and TV shows. The coffee shop line moves slowly as people exchange rehearsed pleasantries about nothing in particular. This social script plays on repeat, day after day. Words float through the air without meaning or purpose, filling silence simply because silence makes people uncomfortable. The answers are automatic, the questions predictable, the whole exchange bland as unseasoned food. While others seem to draw energy from these surface-level exchanges, Sigma males experience them like a slow leak in their mental battery. Each pointless conversation drains a little more energy, leaving them tired from talking about everything while saying nothing. Deep thinkers by nature, Sigma males crave substance in their interactions. The constant stream of shallow chatter feels like reading the same page of a book over and over, time-consuming, but ultimately meaningless. They can play along, nodding at the right moments and giving expected responses, but the whole performance feels hollow. Watch what happens, though, when the conversation suddenly turns real. When someone unexpectedly shares an original thought or asks a genuine question, the Sigma male comes alive, engaged by the chance for actual connection. Because the problem was never about being social. It was about wasting energy on conversations that lead nowhere. 3. Misunderstood as aloof or arrogant. Picture this. You're in a room full of people, and instead of diving into the chatter, you're observing, reading the room, soaking in the dynamics, thinking through your next move. To you, this feels natural. But to others, it can come across as cold, distant, or even arrogant. One of the biggest misunderstandings Sigma males face is being misjudged for their reserved nature. They're not trying to ignore anyone, nor do they think they're above the crowd. In reality, their quiet demeanor often comes from a place of focus and preference for meaningful interaction over mindless mingling. Society tends to associate extroversion with approachability and warmth. If you're not constantly talking or visibly engaged, people might assume you're uninterested or stuck up. This creates a barrier before you've even had the chance to show your true character. The irony? Sigma males are often deeply thoughtful, even compassionate. They might be the ones who remember small details about someone, or notice when a friend needs help before anyone else. But because they don't wear their emotions or intentions on their sleeve, this depth often goes unnoticed. Breaking this perception isn't about changing who they are. Instead, it's about finding those who are patient enough to see beyond the surface, people who value quality over quantity in relationships, just as they do. 4. Navigating leadership without seeking it. Imagine a group project where no one steps up to lead. Everyone's waiting for direction, but you're focused on the task itself. Suddenly, without even trying, all eyes are on you. People start looking to you for decisions, guidance, and solutions. This is the Sigma paradox. They don't chase leadership, but leadership finds them. Unlike alphas who actively seek to dominate, Sigmas naturally exude competence and self-assurance. Others pick up on this and instinctively follow their lead. The challenge lies in balancing this unintentional leadership. Sigma males prefer autonomy and dislike the politics that often come with being in charge. They lead out of necessity, not ego. Yet, once they're in the role, they feel the pressure to manage others' expectations and navigate the complexities of group dynamics. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, their unique perspective and calm demeanor make them exceptional leaders, strategic, fair, and focused. On the other hand, the constant pull to lead can feel like a distraction from their personal goals. The key for a Sigma is setting boundaries. They can lead when it aligns with their vision, but must know when to step back and let others take over. Leadership doesn't have to mean sacrificing their independence. It can be another way of staying true to their path while helping others along the way. 5. Struggling with overthinking. Sigmas are analytical by nature. They don't just look at a problem, they dissect it, examine it from every angle, and consider all possible outcomes. This skill makes them excellent strategists and problem solvers, but it also comes with a downside: overthinking. Imagine trying to make a simple decision, like where to eat lunch. While others might pick the first option that sounds good, a Sigma male runs through an internal checklist. What's the menu like? How crowded will it be? What's the fastest route to get there? Before they know it, a 5-minute decision has turned into a 30-minute mental exercise. This overthinking extends beyond small decisions. When faced with big choices, like changing careers or starting a relationship, the Sigma's mind becomes a whirlwind of scenarios, risks, and what-ifs. They don't just see the immediate effects, they anticipate every possible ripple in the pond. While this level of thoughtfulness can be a strength, it's also exhausting. Overthinking drains mental energy and can lead to decision paralysis, where the fear of making the wrong choice outweighs the desire to make any choice at all. The solution isn't to stop analyzing, it's to trust their instincts more. Sigmas often know the right answer early on but hesitate because they're seeking perfection. Learning to act with confidence even in uncertainty is a skill that can help them break free from the cycle of overthinking. 6. Feeling out of place in group settings. Have you ever walked into a party, a team meeting, or a family gathering and felt like an observer instead of a participant? For Sigma males, This sense of not quite fitting in is a recurring theme. Group dynamics often revolve around shared norms, unspoken rules, and a collective mindset. But Sigmas operate on their own terms, which can make them feel like outsiders in these environments. They're not trying to rebel or stand out. They simply don't align with the traditional roles and expectations that groups often impose. This doesn't mean they're antisocial. In fact, Sigmas can thrive in one-on-one interactions or small, intimate groups where genuine connection is possible. It's the larger, more structured settings where conformity and surface-level interaction dominate that feel stifling. The challenge is finding ways to navigate these situations without losing themselves. Some Sigmas choose to stay on the fringes, participating just enough to fulfill their obligations while maintaining their independence. Others take the opportunity to observe and learn, using their outsider perspective to understand the group dynamics better. Whatever their approach, the key is staying authentic. Sigmas don't need to fit into the mold. They're at their best when they embrace their unique way of relating to the world. Being a Sigma male is not about adhering to a rigid set of rules, but about embracing a unique path of self-discovery, independence, and authenticity. While the journey comes with its challenges, it also offers the freedom to live on your terms, prioritize meaningful connections, and cultivate a life driven by purpose. Remember, the Sigma identity is not a limitation but a strength. By understanding and addressing the struggles that come with this mindset, you can leverage your individuality to thrive in both personal and professional realms. Celebrate your autonomy, but never hesitate to adapt and grow when necessary. After all, the true essence of a Sigma male lies in their ability to remain grounded and self-assured, no matter the circumstances. That's all in this video, soldiers. If you like the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Now go out, conquer the world, because you are the chosen one.